Hello, my name is Simon Fippard. I'm of counsel at Bird & Bird in London. I've been working for many years on aviation regulatory issues, including advanced and innovative applications. So it's been hugely exciting for the firm to advise Urban Airport in developing ground infrastructure for advanced aerial mobility and eVTOL applications. This is part of a series of videos which we recorded earlier this year at Air 1, the demonstrator vertiport in Coventry. We were talking to senior management of Urban Airport about the challenges faced by the project. Plainly, new technology of this nature raises many issues of safety regulation. We asked Ricky Sandhu, founder and executive chairman of Urban Airport, what the regulatory challenges have been.
The platforms are changing, the structures are changing, the propulsion sources are changing. It almost doesn't look like what aviation looked like hitherto. So I wonder what the regulatory challenges have been. 2 points immediately come to mind. First, for the platform, we've long had the approach that for paying passengers, the aircraft should be certificated to a public transport standard, and the aerodrome, the airport, whatever it is, again should be licensed to a commercial standard. How are you getting on with those issues? What are the challenges?
So I guess from the aircraft side, obviously that's very important to us that these aircraft do get certified, but that's not what we do, right? So Supernal are busy working away on getting their aircraft certified. They're aiming for 2028. There are other OEMs who are aiming for 2024, 25 in the UK, on the continent, and in the US. And we wish them well, right? And we're supporting them. And they've all, in fact, been here over the last 2 weeks, which is really encouraging for us as well. So we can explain how we can support their efforts when they commercialize. For us, we've had to comply with various regulations already that do exist, like ICAO standards, building regulations, planning processes, to be sitting here today. One of the unique things that we've also had to do, obviously, is to have our helipad, our launch pad, our FATO, get that certified. But of course, the way that we've designed ours, there isn't any certification for an elevating aircraft carrier that's not on a great big ship. And so this has been certified, fully certified for the purposes that we needed for this demonstration. And the independent certification body, they've highlighted other things that we obviously will need to do as we start to move into bigger aircraft, and that'll be the next stage of our development, like having some lights on the FATO, having sealed edges and various things like that. So we've already started, and actually moved quite far along that process. In terms of then having, we've had over 100 flights that have been safely taken off and done a flight circuit on the several flight paths that we've had pre-approved, and land back safely as well. So we're really happy about that. And importantly, we are currently in the Coventry Airport's flight restriction zone. Mm-hmm. We have our own air traffic zone. It's not huge, it's about 250 meters by 100 meters, but it's ours. And we can see it on our air traffic management system. So to do that, we've been working, and our CTO has been working very hard with Civil Aviation in the UK and Coventry City Airport to make sure that our over 100 flights can actually operate and take off. So there's an integration that we've moved the needle forwards on over the course of the last year. And as part of that process, we brought in certified OEMs, Malloy Aeronautics, Skyfarer, and we've been working a lot with the West Midlands Police as well. And also brought in Altitude Angel. Our approach is to bring together the best in the business and then work together with Civil Aviation and the regulators. And importantly, for us not to be the slave to them, but rather they are the slave to the innovators. And with Civil Aviation, we're fortunate that we've had a great response, and we've been working, very closely with them. And during the time that this was being installed, EASA, the European regulator, they put out some guidelines. And the FAA in the US, they also put out some guidelines for the vertiport infrastructure. Those guidelines are exactly that, they're guidelines. They've asked us to comment on those guidelines, which is great. And so that means having this prototype and having our technology-driven solution, which does not exist, and them having their guidelines ready, we can start to merge the two things together and actually come up with a model that will be certified, but isn't an incumbent traditional model. So, we're pushing the boundaries, they want us to push the boundaries, and it's now a matter of kind of working together.
Thank you for watching. In another video, we will be following up on how the regulation needs to address all participants in the ecosystem.